Students, the next chapter which you are going to learn is fundamental concepts of geometry. So before we proceed, let us define geometry. Geometry is a branch of mathematics which deals with points, lines, curves, surfaces and their measurements, relationships and properties. And do you know, in geometry the point, the lines are known as geometrical objects. So let's move in detail. Let us define point. A point is a geometrical object which shows position, and in this we use capital letter to denote a point. Point A, point B, so on. A point has no length and breadth, but a point has position. Line. Line is a geometrical object on which countless points lie. And line is also called straight line. To name a line, we take any 2 points out of these countless points. And how will you represent a line? Using those 2 points with the symbol. So this is how symbolically we represent a line. A line has no endpoints, no definite length and no thickness. Line segment is a part of line, and even on it there are countless points, but it has 2 endpoints, P, Q. Hence, a line segment is represented by P, Q, where P and Q are the endpoints. Therefore, a line segment has 2 endpoints, a fixed length. The next is curve. Curve means a line which is not straight, so simple. So I can show some curve here. You can see this is one curve. This is the next type of curve. A ray is a part of line from one endpoint of a line. So this one endpoint may be the starting point or the end point. So a ray is used to show directions, and it has only one endpoint. The symbolically how will you show ray? P, Q, ray. Plane. Plane is a flat surface. For example, this surface you can see, or top of the table, or surface of the wall. But if we talk about a surface of bottle, it's not plane, it's curved. The length and breadth of a plane is infinite. It means, in other words, we can say plane is obtained by extending the length and breadth infinitely. Next thing, a plane doesn't have height. And to represent a plane, we use either one small letter, this represents plane P, or 3 capital letters A, B, C. So this is plane A, B, C. So we reach to a conclusion. A plane has no fixed length, breadth, and it doesn't have height. In elementary geometry, points and lines are shown on plane. And do you know, a plane has infinite points and lines. Space. All objects, or you can say geometrical objects like points, lines, planes, solids belongs to space. So a space has endless length, breadth and height, and it has innumerable points, lines and all other geometrical objects. For example, if you are in a room right now, the room with walls, floor and ceiling is a space. Now the difference in plane and space is a plane has infinite length and breadth but no height. But a space has infinite length, breadth and height. This plane is 2-dimensional and space is 3-dimensional. Figure is a figure in which the starting points and the end point is same. For example, if I start a figure from here and it ends at the same point. One more example, if I start from here and the end at the same point. Such type of figures in which the starting and end point is common is called closed figure. Whereas in open figure, the end points is not the same. The starting point and end points vary. One more example, you can see the starting points and end points vary. Such figures are called open figures. Simple closed figure. if I draw one figure, you can see here this figure, and in this figure, if they don't intersect, means it is simple closed figure. A closed figure which intersects itself somewhere, then it is not a simple closed figure. So a simple closed figure, a figure which doesn't intersect itself, and a figure in which they intersect, it is not a simple closed figure. Try to define interior and exterior of the closed figure. You can see adjoining plane here. In a plane I have drawn one closed figure. So let us define the meaning interior. A part of a plane which is enclosed by the closed figure, this region is called interior of a closed figure, and the part which is outside the closed figure, that part is called exterior of the plane figure. Now there are three possibilities in this case. Some points may lie in interior region, some in exterior region, and some are on the closed figure. Here point P and R are in interior of the closed figures. Point Q and X are in exterior of the closed figure, whereas the point A and B are on the closed figure. Curvilinear boundary. If a figure is bounded by curved line, it is called curvilinear boundary. For example, just see the figure like this, or you can draw something like this. These are curvilinear boundaries. And if a figure is bounded by straight line, then it's called linear boundaries. One more example. Next topic is lines. Intersecting lines, parallel lines. Whenever we draw two lines on a plane, there are two possibilities. Either the lines are intersecting lines or parallel lines. So let us define intersecting lines. When two lines meet at a point or intersect at a point, then they are called intersecting lines. To denote a line, we can use one small letter. This is line N and line M. Here line N and line M are intersecting lines. Parallel lines. When you draw two or more lines which never meet each other, then such lines are called parallel lines. They are equidistant from each other. Here we can say line P is parallel to line Q. Symbolically, how will you represent parallel line here? Line P is parallel to line Q. Incidence properties. The point, the line have certain properties which is universally accepted, and these properties are called incidence properties. In this, I'll explain you three properties. So let us move on each one by one. Property 1. From a given point, infinite numbers of lines can be drawn. Just see how many lines I am drawing. And many more you can draw. And if you see, it looks the emerging rays. So in other words, we can say with a given point we can draw infinite numbers of rays. Just see. Property 2. Only one line is possible passing through the two given points on a plane. In terms of rays, we can say only one ray is possible which passes through the two given points. Property 3. When you draw two lines in a plane, either the two lines are intersecting lines or parallel. It means whenever you show only two possibilities, either they meet at a point or they never meet. In case if they meet at two or more points, it means the line is same. Make a note. Collinear points. To define collinear points, we consider three and more points. I'll let you the reason behind. Three or more points are said to be collinear when all lie on same line. Here point A, point B and point C are collinear points. Or if in case the 3 points are not on same line, then they are non-collinears. Here I have used the number 3 points because 2 points always lie in a line. So to define collinear points, we consider 3 and more points. Concurrency of lines. When 3 or more lines passes through a given point, then they are called concurrent lines. As I told you, two lines when they meet at a point, they are intersecting lines. So to define concurrency of the lines or the concurrent lines, we define when 3 or more lines passes through a given point, concurrent lines can be more than 3. The next topic is measurement and construction of line segments. When we say line segment means we talk about the fixed length, and to measure length we use ruler or scale. According to international system, the basic unit to measure length is meter, and symbolically you represent by small m. 1 meter is defined as the distance travelled by light in vacuum in the time interval 1 by 299,792,458 seconds. Learn these all basic things. In 1962, the unit of length used in India was foot, and it is denoted as FT. It was divided in how many equal parts? 12 parts. Each part known as inch. So 1 foot equals to how many inch? 12 inch. Symbolically we can say 1 foot equals to 12 inches. Means you can see this, it's a ruler, and in this ruler there are 15 centimeter to 20 centimeter mark, and these marks are called graduation or calibration. Hence this ruler is also known as graduated ruler or calibrated ruler. With the help of this ruler, I will explain you how to construct a line segment of 5.6, though you all know it very well. Points to learn. These are the points you should learn. Next point to learn is 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeter, and 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. 1 kilometer equals to 1000 meters. So let me show you one construction. If question comes, construct a line segment of 5.6 centimeter. Place your ruler on your surface and start from 0 and reach to 5 centimeter. Take 6 more points or the small division and stop. You can see from here 0 to 5.6. Too difficult to show on board, still I am trying my best. Hence your line segment AB measures 5.6 centimeter. Students, exercise questions of this chapter is very easy and totally theory based, which I have explained. So do your own in your book, except question number 12. Question number 12, do in copy. This is your homework question from this chapter.